Hi, Brian Weekley here, Snow Carpio Weekly. I wanted to talk a bit about scheduled permanent partial disability. The statute that allows that is ARS, Arizona Revised Statutes 23-1044B. That contains a listing of 20 or 22 different body parts and what they're worth under the law. So if you have an injury, let's say to a leg, an arm, one eye, one ear, those are called scheduled injuries. Unscheduled injuries generally are spinal injuries, brain injuries, shoulder injuries, hip injuries, or multiple scheduled injuries. But on the issue of scheduled injuries, body parts have different values. Go to your leg. Your leg has a value of 50 months. The valuation is placed on months. So total value 50 months on a leg injury. At the end of your case, either your doctor or an independent medical evaluator should assess your permanent impairment according to a guidebook. It's called the AMA 6th edition guide to the evaluation of permanent impairment. The doctor should go through the book and rate your impairment. Let's say the doctor gives you a 10% impairment to your leg. The math is 10% times 50 months right out of that statute equals 5 months of benefits. So we have 5 months as one of the factors. The second factor, we take your average monthly wage, let's say it's $3,000, and you're paid either 50% or 75% of that average monthly wage. And the difference is 50% if you can return to all the duties of your date of injury job, 75% if you cannot. That's a very important distinction that people usually miss. Carriers miss it and injured workers miss it. Let's say 50% that you can return to all the duties. 50% of 3,000 is 1,500. This award would be 5 months times $1,500 per month, which I think is $7,500 total. That's a scheduled permanent partial disability award at 10% ability to go back to date of injury work. This schedule can be very frustrating for people. If you have a severe injury like a below-the-knee amputation, that remains a scheduled impairment unless there's some way for us to unschedule it with a prior injury or a different body part. So that's typically an 80% impairment. That's 40 months of benefits. Under our formula, that would be 40 times $1,500 or $60,000 for the loss of a leg. And that's not good. That's not a great amount of money. And I always get the same response when this happens, which is that it for the loss of my leg? And I say, well, technically that is. We can try to move it up to the 75%. Since you can't obviously return to all the duties of your date of injury work, but typically speaking, we're oftentimes stuck with a schedule. To discuss in detail, as always, give me a call. Thank you.